This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So thanks for being so patient for the last couple of minutes. So we'll start today's session. So before jumping into today's session, I would like to give a quick review about what we have done for yesterday. So we have understood what exactly is automation testing. We got an overview about what is automation testing, and we also understood what is Tosca. So Tosca generally stands for Topology Orchestration Specification for Cloud Applications. It is completely a scriptless and AI-based or no-code automation tool. So you can automate any application with Tosca, something like web application, desktop application, API-based application, anything. Tosca supports all the applications. So it uses artificial intelligence and different technologies, all the elements on your application. Okay. So Tosca is a continuous testing platform with the help of other tools like Jenkins, Azure, DevOps, and all. You can do a continuous testing, and with the help of CI/CD and Jenkins you can also run your test cases without your interference. And also we can also have different test management tools, like you can always connect your Tosca with some what I can say, some Excel sheet, or with your TDS that is provided by the Tosca, and TDM, test data management. Okay. Okay. So why do we choose Tosca? As everyone knows, nowadays everyone is moving to AI. So all the projects or all the customers are also hoping for a new tool where even the manual testers or some other people with less number of days of training can easily move to the automation. So that is one a very big advantage of Tosca, where no one needs any code or any any prior knowledge of any script like Java or script or anything, Python, anything. There is no need, completely, there is no need for you to write any code in Tosca. Yes, but you do have to have few logics. It is like a simple logic that you can analyze by yourself and you can write it. Okay. And it requires a minimum skill set. That is why it is nowadays it's being very popular in the market. Okay. So as we already seen, it's scriptless testing and it is very simple to use, and you don't need to worry about what framework I have to write, how to write. All those things is not needed because it's already developed in Tosca. And what are the key features? These are the main key features, you can say. Vision AI, model-based test automation, risk-based test optimization, service virtualization, test data management, distributed execution, API scan, automation recording assistant, and mobile testing. So these are the few main key features of Tosca, you can say. And as every tool has its advantages and disadvantages, yes, Tosca has also has some disadvantages. So some of the disadvantages are it has a compatibility issue. If you are using any Linux or Mac machines, you cannot install in Tosca because it doesn't support that. Those OS. And yes, there is some if there are multiple components with the same name, there might be some issue that your component cannot be identified. And yes, there are some maintenance issues, but not unlike other tools. It is comparatively it is very easy. Okay. So coming to Tosca and Selenium. So maybe if you of you might have worked with Selenium, or most of you have heard about what is Selenium. So more everyone nowadays are asking about Selenium. Now the trend has is moving slowly. Previously it was, do you know any Selenium Java? Do you know Selenium Python? No, now it's like, Tosca automation. So that is the trend now it is following. So now it is always good for you to understand what are the advantages and disadvantages of both the tools, so that you can have a better picture of what Tosca is, how easily you can use Tosca. Okay. So coming here, all the criteria we have mentioned, and the Tosca is the primary which we'll discussing, and also the Selenium, so that you will have a better knowledge about Tosca. So, which type of applications does Tosca or Selenium do? almost all the applications Tosca you can automate. Okay, Selenium only supports web application. So I assume that you all know about what is desktop application, what is web application, and blah blah blah. Okay, so if not, I can explain you. So whatever you are seeing in the web URL, some kind of thing, so this is called web application. Something on your desktop is called desktop application. So with the Selenium you cannot automate any desktop application, whereas in your Tosca you can do it with the help of features that Tosca has provided. And so, what is the next thing that you consider when opting for any tool? Is it a paid or is it a free? Yes, Tosca is obviously a paid tool. It is a licensed software, but yet, even if it is licensed software, most of the project or the clients or the customers are wanting only this Tosca, as it has more benefit compared to the other tools like Selenium. Yes, Selenium is a free and open source software application. Yes, it is a free and open source. You can just go download it. But if you have to run anything in Selenium, you have to have either coding knowledge of Java or coding knowledge of Python. If you don't have anything, there is no use of this Selenium tool, even though if you can download it for free. Yes, and what is automation type in Tosca? So automation type in model-based automation, we'll see in the next coming slides what is model-based and what is code-based. Okay. So in Selenium, you have to write lengthy codes, and you have to, run those codes. Okay, and scripting. Tosca is absolutely, you don't even write even one single script for Tosca. But yes, you have to create the test scripts, but you don't write like, unlike you write in Java or C or C sharp or Python, you have to open the braces, you have to write some, initialize some values, and you have to give some values. All those things will not be happening in Tosca. And coming to Selenium, yes, Selenium uses multiple scripts like Java, Python, C, etc. And API testing is possible with Tosca. It is not possible with Selenium. And test data management, yes, we have internally, Tosca only is helping us to manage a test data with different types of, like TDS or TDM, so test data management or test data sources. All those things is Tosca itself is providing. So it's always good to have one tool where you can use all these things rather than going for each and every one. You have to go to one another tool and you have to integrate with your tool. It becomes cumbersome. Okay, so it's not feasible for API testing, and it doesn't support the test management also. So the reusability of test data and artifacts is high. I'll tell you how the reusability is high. And reusability of test data is low when compared with Tosca. See, suppose, so this is a Tosca tool, okay? So in the Tosca tool, I'll explain you how the Tosca tool occurs and what all the things you have. So first, we'll go to test case design. So see, if you see, I have created some sheets with all different test data, okay? So suppose in future there is some other scenario that is getting added up or some change in the test data that is happening. So what I can do, I can just simply go here and change it, or if there is any addition, I can simply go and add one attribute and use it. So there is no need for you to go again create a new setup for all those things. So one standard format, if you have in your hand, it's like go to for all any number of test cases you can use it. Okay, so that is called reusability, and reusability of test data is low. So whatever you are seeing is all the test data. It's not anything else. It's all only the test data that I have given to my test case with the help of test case design sheet. So this is called test case design sheet. With the help of this, I have given n number of test data so that I can run only with one test case. I can run these number of conditions. Okay. I'll explain all of these in the later stages of the classes, but for now, just I'm showing you to get a clear picture. Yes, exploratory testing is also can be done in Tosca and Selenium. It is not possible. CI integration, yes, it supports CI integration too. Selenium doesn't support any Jenkins or anything. Okay, here you can also, have this QC and Jenkins Jira integration, so that whenever you run your test case here, okay, so I have this execution list. Whenever I run this execution list, so if it is mapped to ALM, automatically this status of this particular test case will be updated in ALM. So for you, again, there is no need to go back to ALM and run and manually run that particular test case and make it pass or fail. Okay, so that is an advantage of Tosca. And in Selenium, it is not possible. It is possible with the help of some third-party dependencies, but it is little hard. Okay, and support. Yes, this is a very main feature that you can always rely on Tosca. So if you go to support tool, right? Support at whatever time or whenever time you need some support from Tosca, they are always just ready to help us. Okay, so you can also, I'll show you how it is. So suppose your company has procured the license for Tricentis, and if you are stuck with anything, or if you are if you have any issues, you can always go here. This is a Tricentis support hub. See, when you see, there are a lot of questions here. So whatever question you have, you can just write it out. You can get, see, I had some issue with license request. I just go and I fetched it. So I got n number of relevance solutions. So I can always go and check. So what is the issue, and what is the possibility, best possibility they have given us. So that kind of comparison and that kind of help you get. Even if your project doesn't, your company doesn't have a stress into support, here the always here you can go and log a ticket and say, okay, this is my issue, and someone from the recent team will help you out with the issue. Okay, so that kind of support you get it from Tricentis Tosca. But whereas in Selenium, no, it is not. It's not highly. So Selenium is not supported by dedicated team. R&D is only course of action. So here we have a dedicated team. And also to make you to understand, this Tricentis for every 6 months or 1 year, they develop few new courses. Okay, so if at all you are interested, you can log into them and you can get all the whatever new features are coming in Tosca. All those things will be explained by live on this Tricentis webinars that will be going on. Sometimes it will be offline and sometimes it will be online. It is always good for you to upgrade your knowledge. It's not like I use 14.0, the same thing can come up in 16.0. No. So whenever the new version of Tosca is coming, it is enhanced with new features. So if you have to understand what are the new features, it is always good if you can attend those webinars. Okay. And coming to the framework, it is an inbuilt framework or customer service team. I told you that there is a separate support team. Suppose my ex company has purchased some 25 to 30 license from Tricentis. What they do is they'll help us with any issues or any problem that we are facing while installing the Tosca, or even if we have to develop few scripts, we are unable to do how to do it, what to do it, where to do it. You can always contact the support team, and they will come. There'll be a separate team. To my project, there will be a separate 2 to 3 people who can handle us and who can reply to the queries. Okay. So that kind of support this Tricentis is giving. Selenium does not have any unique or specific framework. It all depends upon how your project works and how do you work. Okay. So this is all about Selenium. And coming to the object library, yes, you can yeah, here there are n number of libraries that you can create and you can manage, and a large number of scripts can be handled. So I'll show you some of the libraries that I've taken. So this is one such library I have created where I have given all my test cases or test steps, whatever I will be using in one total data. Okay. So one total test case. So these are the reusable tester box, and this is called a library. This concept and all you will get to understand. Yes, reporting also can be done with the help of Tosca. You can create graphs, pie charts, everything. and Selenium doesn't have any reporting tool. So miscellaneous, Tosca is equipped with perform SAP impact assessment, data warehouse testing, and explorator management testing. Here, Selenium doesn't support any of these things. So speed of creating a script and execution very fast compared to the Selenium. Yes. So all this. So once I complete all these folders, right? I mean, test cases. It's like just like yesterday I told you, right? I can create if there are simple test cases, 10 to 15 test cases I can complete in one single go. Whereas if you have to do for Selenium or other things, it will be more time. It will take more time. Okay. All right. So yesterday someone asked me. Yesterday some. Yesterday someone asked me how to do the architect, Tosta architect. I'll show you how this certifications will go. Okay. So see, with this course, you can complete this AS1, Automation Specialist Level 1, Automation Specialist Level 2, and then after that, you can either go to Test Design Specialist Level 1, Test Design Specialist Level 2, or Automation Engineer Level 1 or Automation Engineer Level 2. So after this, you can go for this Tosca Architect certification. So you have to pass this total certification path, only then you can go for Tosca Architect. Okay. Apart from these, you also have different certifications that you can complete. The one such two such things yesterday I've explained, right? API testing and DB testing. Okay, so those are the two other things that you can do it with the help of Tosca. I mean, after you complete this course, you can also complete those two certifications. All right. So with this, if you have any queries or anything, I can give you time of 5 to 10 minutes, or you can go ahead with your questions.
Hi, Mansa.
Yeah, hi, Roja, please tell me.
Manasa, are you going to help to complete these certifications or
Yes.
so all these certifications?
Not all the certifications, only AS1 and AS2. AS1, AS2, whatever information that I can give you, all the information I'll give you, and you will be completing these certifications along with my course. Okay. So once my course is done, you will have two certifications with your hand.
Okay, rest of the things we need to take care, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these are like advanced courses you have to do it. So for now, we have only designed for AS1 and AS2. So if you're interested, you can enroll for advanced course and we can explain how to complete TDS1, TDS2 also.
Okay,
But if you
okay.
have to
Thank you.
be deployed in any project or anything, the first main thing they'll ask is AS1 and AS2.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Mansur, what exactly is the difference between TDS and AE?
This is like advanced. I mean, so now that I've created one test data sheet, right? So how you can implement TDS is like it's a repository that Tosca has given us. Okay, so it's like a database for only for Tosca. If you have to store something, anything, you can store it in TDS. So those all things will be explained in TDS one and TDS two. This is in-depth knowledge you get for apart from this AS1 and AS2. So the AS1 and AS2 are the basic buildings that you are building up. So I told you, right, there are there you can use TQL queries and SQL queries also. So this is where you write a TQL search, and here you can write a simple search. and you can find out whatever you want among your folders or among your test data, anything. So those all things will be explained in TDS 1 and TDS 2.
Uh,
Thanks.
Mansa, Mansa, one question. Is Tosca supports Salesforce, right? Is it Salesforce full-fledgedly supports or partially?
No, it supports Salesforce. There are a lot of projects where Salesforce people are working on with Tosca.
Oh, I see. Okay. Is there any coding required or just a screen grabs again?
No, no, no. There's no coding required. Absolutely, whenever you are using Tosca, you have to keep it in your mind that there is no
Mhm.
coding required. Even if it is sole Salesforce, even if it is SAP application, even if it is desktop application, everything is handled by Tosca. Only thing is you have to learn about this tool.
Okay. And in terms of the test data management, it's kind of a parameterization with the same pattern, right? Normally, we used to supply based on Notepad or either Excel sheet. The same or any other way?
Yeah, that is what I told you, right? TDS is one repository that
Okay.
Tosca is giving us. So you can
Okay.
log into that server and you can access that server, how to access that server, how to get details from the server, if you have to store something on the server. So all those things you can explore it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions that I have
So,
to take care of?
the certification are like paid one.
Sorry, Vibhuti?
So the certification are like paid one. We need to register in the Tricentis tool or what? In the
Yeah, yeah.
website.
You have to register everything. I will guide you for each and every step, okay? It's like I will guide you. I will hold your hand till the examination point. The examination I would highly recommend you only to write it because it will help you to analyze your knowledge and you can understand where you are about the concepts, okay? But I'll give you the sample. Hello?
Yes, man. So we can hear you now.
Yeah,
I'll try to
Yeah, yeah,
ask you
sorry.
another.
Yes, yes. My internet dropped in between, so I couldn't. Okay, did I miss any question?
no,
Okay, so all
you
right
continue.
then. All right then. I'll show you one simple test case, how it will be, and then we'll move on to features of Tosca. Okay, what exactly you do, what are the features of Tosca, and what are the different components in Tosca? We'll explain in just a second. Okay. So this is where the skeleton of the project or skeleton of your UI will be saved, and this is called module section, and this is my test case. So here, so Commander is a place where you work and you create your test cases, you execute your test cases, everything. Okay.
Mansa,
So
sorry to
anyone,
interrupt. There is kind of disturbance when you're
yeah,
speaking.
yeah,
Like
even I am
someone,
seeing
yeah.
anyone on. So I would request all to go on mute because I guess that is now it's better, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for that. So this is where Commander is a place where you execute all your test cases. You have your requirements. You have your test case design. You figure out your issues if any. If you have to do any configurations, you can do it in a configuration section. Test planning, you can plan when and where all your requirements can be executed, and yeah, this is pretty much about this tool. Okay, we'll see deeper in the next sessions, but for now, to make you understand. So if you see, this is a basic test case that I have demo. Sure. Okay. So this is a basic step that I have created. Okay. Yeah. So this folder has all the steps to log in. See, I will open a URL. I'll go to the demo web shop and I click on login and enter some email ID and password. So do you see any code here? No, right? So I did not write any code. I'm just using the components that whatever I have it in my hand. Okay. I just gave the inputs. Okay. These inputs can be given either here or from external sources like Excel sheet or data sheet or test data management sheet also. You can give it. Okay. I'll just run this simple test case. You can understand how it will work. I have to close it because I did not handle that. I have to close it. I just click on this and just run it. So see, it has opened the URL. So now it will go and click the login page, login link, sorry, and it has entered some email ID and password, and now it is inside this my demo web shop, and you can see that it is logged in. That is the reason I am seeing an option called logout. Okay. So when I go here, I can see my execution status. So what is execution status? It is all green. Green in the sense it is all passed. So here it says wait on successful. Everything is green. So green in the sense it has passed the email, it has passed the password, it has passed the login. And then after successful thing, you can see this page on this thing. Okay. So there's not much. I did not write even a single piece of code. Okay. So you must be wondering how I created everything. Okay. So that is all done in the module section. Okay. So whatever I have to work on. So if I have to work on this page, I have to create one module. So how to create that module and all, we'll see in the later stages. So I have to create that module, and then I just simply what I do, I have to create one test case here. Okay, so this is my new folder. What I do, I simply drag and drop this Google search module where it says only to search on this page. Yes, a test case is formed and I have all the values. So what are the values? It's a Google search text box, and I am feeling lucky box, and this is also a button. So how did I differentiate this button with a text box? So you'll get to know all these things in the later stages. So what I did I write any code or did I use anything? Others already this and all what are defined in the user defined modules, everything I have only done by myself. So once the module is ready, think that everything is ready. Like test case is ready, execution you can do it. It's like just minutes of time you can complete everything. Okay, the main thing and the main theory is all based on this module creation. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show so that you will get to acquainted with this tool. Yeah. So now that we have understood about Tosca, about Selenium and all, so now we will see the main important features of Tosca. So Tosca is a it is all model based. Okay, so what do you mean by model based? So you will start developing your test cases based on the modules that you create. I told you, right? I have created all these modules. These are user defined modules which I have created by myself. So I simply use these modules and I start creating my test case. Okay, so these all things will automatically come up when you create the module. Okay, so the modules contain, so what is called a module? So module is nothing but it contains the technical information of all the things that you want to use in this particular page. So if you see demo web shop, See, if you see demo web shop and login, so yeah, this is a login. So what you do, what you see here, so this is a page. I have tried grabbing all these components onto my module, and I'm just playing around with what are the things I have. Okay, so you have to combine modules and then start creating your test cases. Okay, so that is why it is called model based or module based feature. And coming to the next point, it is also risk based testing. You can also do a risk based testing. So you might be wondering how to do risk based testing. Yes, risk based testing is nothing but you create the test cases, you execute them, and you assess the risk. Okay, okay, for this number of test cases, it is taking this much of time. Maybe this might go to a risk, and I can cover this much of risk. So those kind of analysis you can do whenever you are using this Tosca tool. Okay, okay, and then coming to the API testing. See, so here you see a new thing. So this is all for API testing. So if you have to do any API automation, what you do, you simply go to this API testing and start creating your API scans, everything. Okay. So that is all about API testing. So everything is in this tool. You just have to create it. Okay. And what is the next feature? So test data. I told test data, you can get the test data, you can parameterize your data. What is parameterization? Either I can give the data directly in my test case, directly in the test case here, I can pass this information. Suppose I feel I'm not able to send this data tomorrow, this email might change. So I can use some data parameterization, some other techniques like Excel or some test configuration parameters, and I can put the data there so that if at all there is any change, for me there is no need to go back to this each and every test case or test step and change the test data. I simply go to that Tosca configuration parameter and I change it. Okay, so that is called test data. So if at all tomorrow I'm on a leave, I have used this test data parameterization. What happens? My colleague or the teammate can easily come up and say, okay, this guy is already using test data parameterization. So no need for me to go and dig each and everything. I just simply parameterize, change the data parameters. Okay. So that is all about test parameterization. And multi-app support, you already know it. It supports multiple applications like SAP, SAP, Salesforce, .NET, mainframe, mobile application, and mainframe application. See, suppose there is if you are working in a banking application, right? There will be a black screen that you will be working on. Okay, so black or the green screen you'll be working on. So these also you can automate from Tosca. Okay, that feature is also there in Tosca. Okay, so suppose there are few steps that I have to perform, that I have to open the command prompt and I have to give some commands, only then my browser opens up. So there are situations it might come like this. So what you can do, you can directly implement everything in a single test case and you can run the test case and you can do it. Okay. So that level of flexibility Tosca is giving. And what is distributed execution? Distributed execution is nothing but DEX. So you can continuously run all your test cases without interference of your team or yourself. Okay, once you trigger one job or once you create one job in the Jenkins, automatically by that time it will go and run it. Okay, with the help of the servers and agent local machines. Okay, so that is called DEX. And it, as you know, that it is easily it can be easily done, like Dex can be easily done. There is also a flexibility that you can compare, I mean, you can integrate your Tosca with your Jenkins, Jira, Azure DevOps, anything, any third party you can use it because you have all that flexibility. Okay, So that is all about. So model based. So that is what I capture everything in a module. So that is a technical information. With that technical information, I start creating my test cases with the help of business information that I get. See, if I'm saying it as a model based, so this is how my test case looks. But when you see the Selenium, so this is how it looks. You have to write this much of code. Here I don't see any code. I simply give the inputs. So these and all we have already discussed. So modules, you drag and drop, it becomes a test case. It's very simple.
Mansa, sorry to interrupt. Can you tell why exactly it's called model based once again?
Yeah, model based because see, what I'm doing is in the modules, I'm actually trying to capture all the technical information of my web application. Okay, in my module. So this is what the model of my web page. So if you see, I have taken this login link and this text box, books link, computers link, electronics links, so that you are just creating a model for your test case. So what I do, I simply drag and drop this particular test case on my test case. So test case folder. So what happens? It creates a new test case. And whatever I have to access, suppose I have to click on this login link. What I do, I simply click, say, click, done. What happens? It will go and click on this particular link. So I can just run this simple step. I can show you how to. So if you see, you can see one cursor going and clicking on this login. uh, if it is not identified properly, it will throw an error. So yes, it clicked on login and it is in a login page. So what are you doing? You are trying to capture all the technical information in your module section, making a model. So based on this model only, you start creating your test cases. So that is why it is called model based approach.
So you mean to say we would be creating a copies of that model based upon our requirement and start working on them. But you'd
No, no.
create a skeleton prior to that. Is it?
Yeah, we create a skeleton structure. So suppose I have to work on this URL, right? So what all things I want to do with my test case. So my test case, I'll tell you one sample test case, okay? My sample test case is I have to click on login and I have to give email ID and password and click on login. Okay, this is one simple test case I have to automate. Okay, so first what you do, you start analyze what all the things you need. So first I have to click on this login link. So I have to capture this particular login. So I am creating one skeleton structure. So I will put whatever module I create, I will take this login, and if I have to insert email and password, I have to write some text, right? I have to capture this email, I have to capture this password. So only then I can give some input on this. So if I cannot create any skeleton or any model or anything, so how can I work on this particular UI, right? So in Java or Selenium, how do you write? You initiate a method or you create a method saying that login method. In that login method, what you do, you first initialize all the values, something like login, email and password. So then what you do, okay, you have to you will capture this, you will dynamically capture this value, saying with some properties. You will identify with some properties, right? In Selenium or Java, you'll identify with some properties and then say what action it has to be performed on this particular login. So I'm not initializing, I'm not doing anything. Rather than I'm just creating a model or a module. Whatever things I have to have it in my test case, I will create one base structure. So based on the base structure, I start writing my test cases. Okay.
Okay.
Don't
That's
worry, Harsha. You will get to know once we start doing this scanning and all. Then you will see the magic of this Tosca. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Where are we? Yeah, scriptless distributed executions. Yeah, this is my user, and I use some tools like Jenkins or Jira or etc. Any server. So with the help of the server, I take help of some local machines, agent machines. So I'll distribute my test case execution between these different agent local machines. So I suppose I have 4 execution lists or 40 test cases. So what I do, I distribute for 10 test cases to each of the agent local machines. I say, okay, as you are idle, please run these test cases. As you are idle, please run these test cases. So when you share your work, what happens? Obviously, the complexity will comes down and the time consuming also comes down. So this is the advantage of using the distributed execution. So hardly 10 test cases, it hardly takes like 10 to 15. Suppose it takes 10 minutes or suppose you take 20 minutes. So by 20, 20, 20, 20, everything will be working at the same time. So within 20 minutes, I can run all 40 test cases in a single go. Okay. So whenever you have to run your regression test suite, it has some 200 to 250 test cases. So you can do it aramse by using distributed execution. Yeah, you can also do a test recording with Tosca. How to do and all, I can help you. I'll show you, but we generally don't do it because as it itself has no code, so we just create a module, then create a test case. So it is compatible with different type of applications. I told you it is SAP and all. Yeah. So this is a Tosca architecture. So if you see, there's a commander, there is an executor, there's a license server, there's a repository, and in a Tosca scan wizard, you can create your test case, modules, test design, everything. Okay. So what is Commander? So Commander is this, what you see on my screen is Commander. Here, what all things you can do, you can execute, you can create your test cases, you can create the models or modules or skeleton structure of your test case, and you can execute your test cases. You can gather all your requirements and then attach to your test case and test sheets. So all these things can be done in Tosca Commander. So whenever they ask the components of Tosca, this is one interview question. Okay, they might ask you, they might not ask you directly that what is Tosca architecture, but they will ask what are the different components of Tosca. So these are the different components of Tosca. One is Commander, other one is Wizard, Tosca repository, and Executor. So with the help of executor only, these executions all happen. So when you see this execution, this happens. So what happens is our commander will go and tell executor, okay, these are the different test cases that I have to run. So can you please run it? So then it with the help of Dex or local machine, I can run all these test cases. And whenever I want to activate my license, so what I do, I communicate with the license server saying that okay, I am this person, I have this license already valid, so can you please give me the access. So within 5 to 10 minutes, like around like 20 to 30 minutes also sometimes it takes, so you can access your license software and you can just use your Tosca commander. Okay. And you have to have some place, right, where you can store all these test cases and all. So that is called as repository. So repository is one such place where it stores all this data, and this is all in the server side. And wizard is wizard Tosca. To tell about Tosca scan wizard, there is one important point that I have to understand. So previously what happened is, nowadays we are using this T-box framework. Okay. So previously it was not T-box framework. Previously it was a classic framework we were using. Okay. Based on the disadvantages of the classic framework, they started implementing this T-box framework. Don't worry, we will understand what is T-box and all in the later classes, but just to give you heads up of what is Tbox and Classic framework. So if at all, Classic framework will only work for I told you, right, the black screen and green screens or the command prompt if you have to work. So if you have to work with these kind of screens, so you have to take help of Wizard. So with the help of Wizard, you can scan these applications and get the components and create the skeleton of this, and you can start using it. Okay, so that is called the Tosca Wizard. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I wanted to explain in today's session. So
What
if you
is
have any
ALM?
query,
One second here. What is ALM? Is that the ALM tool with which we can integrate Tosca with?
yes, yes, ALM is a tool we
Oh,
generally use, right, to save the test cases. Yeah. So what happens is whenever you integrate your Tosca with ALM, okay. So suppose I have run all these test cases. So I'll show you. Okay, so here I have created one folder called ALM, and I have created few one folder, and in this folder I have one second. Okay, so suppose these are the two test cases which are in my ALM also. Yes. Okay, whenever this, it runs, right? So whenever you integrate with ALM, whatever is that failure or the pass or anything, so all the screenshots, everything will be attached to your test case. So for you, again, there is no need to go manually do it, okay? So whenever you integrate Tosca with this ALM, automatically, whatever is the status of the test case in this particular sheet, it will be updated in your ALM also.
got it. And likewise,
Yeah.
is there any place in Tosca where we can create defects directly?
No, no, you cannot create any
Cannot. Okay.
defects. Yeah, you can, you can again integrate with Azure DevOps, right? Azure DevOps, where you can create, you can again store all your data, all your test cases and all.
Right.
Yeah, you can integrate with Azure DevOps.
That's similar to ALM only, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
it is similar to ALM. It is similar to ALM.
any specific tools this support? Like, is it only with Azure DevOps and ALM, or will it support Rally as well?
Generally we do it with Azure DevOps and ALM. I'm not sure about Rally because I did not get a chance to work on Rally till now.
Okay.
Yes, I can check on that and I can get back to you on that.
Yeah. And one basic question is that is Tosca only for testing purpose, or is it being used for any other?
It's
I mean,
only
is it only
pure
for automation?
automation testing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
only for automation testing.
Thanks.
Yes.
Um, yeah, in terms of the script size limitation, anything is there? Normally, it captures all the snapshots, right? Is there any
Yeah, yeah.
limitations on size?
There is no limitation. Only limitation is you have to have large, data space. Large number of space in your system. Then it
Yeah,
can capture any number of screenshots. There
yeah,
is no thing. You have to mention which screenshot you want. If so, generally Docker Snapper is one inbuilt tool that it has. So where it only captures the failure screenshots, but you have one more tool, one more method or one more module you can use it, where you can capture screenshots where in whichever test step you want. Okay, all those things will be saved in your local repository.
yeah. And is there any checkpoints like a image level checkpoint, text checkpoints kind of thing? I mean, if you data
So
verification,
checkpoints in the sense, what sense you are asking for a checkpoint?
in terms of the data verification, suppose the current module changed compared to the different modules. There is a
Yeah.
text level changes or image level changes. If you are running the your
Uh-huh.
regression packs on multiple times, if there is
Yes,
anything
yes, we
that
have.
is not available,
Yeah,
okay,
you can do a rescan of the module, whatever you have done prior, and you can get the new components and you can just re-execute your test case and re-modify your test case.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one last question, actually, what about the license cost? Actually, is compared to any other tools? Is the huge license or cost?
Yeah, it is a huge license only, but it depends upon the project to project and n number of license you procure. So it depends upon how, I mean, how many licenses you take and all.
User based license.
Yeah, yeah. But for you, if you have to practice, they are giving a free, I mean, a trial license for 1 month. You can use it. We can, whenever you are joining for this course, we can
Mhm.
give you the trial license, and we have already procured it, and you can use it for. I can tell you how many days you can use them and all.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. I'm giving you back your 5 minutes. So see you tomorrow in the tomorrow session. Have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed today's session.
Yeah. Thanks, boss.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
bye bye. Yeah, bye.
Mansa, did you start creating the groups?
I don't have that much knowledge about it. You can get in touch with my team, okay? Either
Okay,
Anita
fine.
or someone in the already present group, they
Yeah,
can tell you about it.
Hello, Mansa.
that's fine. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Please, Kavita.
Mansa, like once we join the class, you will be teaching everything starting from basics, right, Tosca? Like one
Yeah, yeah.
slide here
You
and
can.
there is like little bit confusing. So if we
Uh-huh.
know the basics, I think like we'll be able to understand everything. So you will be teaching from basics, right?
Yeah, from basics only I'm
Okay,
doing it.
okay.
So this is a prior knowledge you have to have before we start with creation of test case. So that
Mm-hmm,
is why it's all theoretical. But
mm-hmm.
going forward, it will not be theoretical. You will also you have to sit with me and you have to work with me.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.